Oh man, take two. Take two of this commentary. I just let out a huge sneeze. What's going on, guys? Crow here. And this is a topic that I can just talk about and discuss for, I would say, hours, to be honest. The downfall of Call of Duty. When did it begin? In the comment section below, let me know, when do you guys think that kind of the downward trend began with Call of Duty? And it could be, based on sales or whatever, but sometimes sales don't say it all. And we will get into it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, this is back-to-back gameplay. Actually, I reversed it, so this is the second game of the day. The one after this was the first. I haven't played Black Ops Cold War in a good while, so I was very rusty, but I still think that this is a pretty interesting gameplay. No reverse boosting shit here, guys. No secondary accounts or whatever. It's just what I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash that thumbs up button. The more likes, the better. It helps out the channel. And again, leave your guys' comments in the comment section below about the downward spiral of Call of Duty. So why the fuck did I go down this rabbit hole? Well, here's the thing. I was getting ready to, and my apologies that this is not playing Modern Warfare 3 in 2021. I swear it's coming. But I was actually just reading up on Sledgehammer Games for that video because Sledgehammer Games was a big part of Modern Warfare 3. And it kind of occurred to me something that something that was on my mind and I kind of knew, where I would pinpoint the beginning of the downward trend for Call of Duty. Now, this is separate from the huge hit that Warzone is, okay? You can't predict that type of market. It's Battle Royales were something completely different from 6v6 Call of Duties. This is strictly based on 6v6 game modes and not Warzone. Let Warzone be its own thing. I would even go as far as to say, stop calling it Call of Duty. Warzone's Warzone, whatever, has some ties. Great, whatever. Warzone is Warzone. Let's focus on 6v6 Call of Duty experience. So, Sledgehammer Games. Originally, Sledgehammer Games wanted to release in 2009 they had a working prototype for a third-person Call of Duty. Sledgehammer Games was, I believe, no, I don't believe. It was Visceral Games, basically, the people behind Dead Space. So Activision wanted to, poach them. So the people that made Dead Space came over to Activision, and they wanted to break into this Call of Duty third-person thing. Back in 2009, Call of Duty was hot shit. I think the peak of Call of Duty was 2012, but again, maybe that's for another video. Or if I find a way to entangle it, we'll talk about it here. But anyway, Sledgehammer Games was responsible for creating this third-person Vietnam-era Call of Duty action-adventure. Sounds great. In Modern Warfare 2, actually, for those of you that don't know, and I don't know how much influence that was, maybe that was some sort of testing grounds, there's actually a third-person game modes, third-person capture the flag and all that stuff. Very interesting. I don't think we've seen it since Modern Warfare 2. Quite interesting. Unfortunately, this is what ended up happening. And they had a working prototype, about 15-minute gameplays worth of the prototype. Now, what you will see on the screen is what I believe was the beginning of the downward spiral for Call of Duty. Just this little excerpt from Wikipedia, Sledgehammer's Wikipedia. Sledgehammer Games spent 6 to 8 months working on the Call of Duty project in 2009. This is exactly what we just discussed, right? And they produced 15 minutes of gameplay. The game would have reportedly extended the franchise into the action-adventure genre, but legal battle between Infinity Ward, the studio behind the Modern Warfare franchise, and co-founders Jason West and Vince Zampella resulted in the pair's departure. Jason West and Vince Zampella were the heart and soul of Infinity Ward. Now, moving on, they took several Infinity Ward employees with them to their new company, leaving Activision with about half the staff and a deadline of about 20 months versus typically 24 months to complete the next game in the franchise, Modern Warfare 3. Activision requested Sledgehammer Games stop work on the third-person shooter and collaborate with Infinity Ward instead. I seriously believe that this is where shit hit the fan. This is where Call of Duty started its downward trend. Now, don't get me wrong, sales were still huge, huge. And Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3 was to follow, Black Ops 1, so it's returned like Soap and Captain Price and all that stuff. But this isn't the same team. The heart and soul of Infinity Ward back then left, and they, went to EA and created Titanfall and all that stuff, which within its own right, Titanfall is a great game. But can you just imagine if that pair stayed and these legal disputes would not happen? We could have had a follow-up to Modern Warfare 2 like we couldn't even imagine, probably, because they were so passionate about their project. Actually, in 2009, I don't know how many of you younger Call of Duty players remember that time, but in 2009, 2010, when this whole lawsuit was happening, we were saying that that's why the patches didn't come out. It was out in the open. That's why Modern Warfare 2 was a broken mess, but arguably the best Call of Duty in Call of Duty history. Too many. And actually, they were so passionate about it, the creators of Modern Warfare, that if you look at the cover, Call of Duty is so small, in such a small fine print, and it's just Modern Warfare. So they wanted to extend this universe, I guess, beyond Call of Duty, with Call of Duty still attached, but just not so much emphasis. And now, since they left, Modern Warfare 3 and Activision had to pick up the pieces after the lawsuit and piece together Modern Warfare 3, where it just, we'll discuss more in depth Modern Warfare 3 when we revisit it, but that's where I think. Modern Warfare 3 still sold extremely well. Campaign was very fun. But now, looking back at it, you could compare it to Modern Warfare 2. Something is missing. Something was definitely missing, and still a fun game, but what could have been absolutely kills me. So I think that's exactly the moment between 2009 and 2010. Always that turmoil. Treyarch is a separate beast. Okay, Treyarch is a separate beast. Black Ops 1 was hugely successful, Black Ops 2 as well. But just that beginning of downfall of Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer always having just being dealt a really shitty hand. They try to work on a game, got canceled, get pulled into Modern Warfare 3. They release Advanced Warfare. It's considered by, some to be shit, actually by a lot of people. World War II releases, it ain't that great. Although, again, it aged like fine wine, and I'd suggest you guys give it a shot. And then we have Advanced Warfare 2, or whatever the hell it is coming out this year. So, you gotta feel bad for the Sledgehammer team. They really were dealt a pretty crappy hand in this Activision collaboration. If they were to release that third-person game, I think that could set them apart and not just be in the mix with Infinity Ward and Treyarch. And the thing is, with Infinity Ward, it was never the same again, up until Modern Warfare 2019, which turned out to be a hit for many. But between then, we had Ghosts, we had Infinite Warfare. Those two games are not fan favorites. A lot of people would if you would play Ghost, a lot of people went back to Black Ops 2. If you were to play, Infinite Warfare, a lot of people went back to Black Ops 3 and so on. So Infinity Ward also scrambled a lot, and I think that that's exactly where it stemmed. Those arguments, those lawsuits, and just witnessing this shit happened. Now, back then, we were just like, Call of Duty is going to be fine. It's Call of Duty. But then, with future installments coming out, it's like, oh, shit. That's kind of, those two guys left Infinity Ward, and it's kind of in shambles. Yes, it's still called Infinity Ward, but it's just not the same. And I don't think until 2019, until Modern Warfare 2019 released, Infinity Ward just didn't have a new, it just didn't have a new identity. Now they regained that identity with Warzone and Modern Warfare 2019, but we'll see what the future holds. We also had in between, not Infinity Ward products, but we had Modern Warfare Remastered. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. God damn it, make it happen, Activision. Multiplayer. So that's just the thing that I wanted to get into before I released the video of us returning to Modern Warfare 3, checking in how the game is. That's where it all started for, whoa, what the hell happened here? I think my thumb slipped or whatever. that's where it all began for Sledgehammer Games. Tough road ahead. We'll see what they got in store for this year, if it is them, in fact, releasing the Call of Duty. This was Krahu. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.